Hello everyone here at the Coherence Meditation Gym. This chat is about the space-time meditation in preparation for this Wednesday at 4 in the morning. This chat is based on Dr. Joe Dispenza's explanation of the space-time meditation. Every meditation, or most of them, come with an explanation from Dr. Joe. So what I do and what I've done with this one is taken some notes, and I'm going to base this conversation off the notes. If you would like to add to the conversation by asking some questions or making any comments, please feel free. This will also be recorded, and we can extend the conversation beyond the live, just to enrich our knowledge and also contribute with our collective wisdom to these understandings that are so profound and also very, we all have a way of describing it, and it is really interesting to hear the different points of view on this. And to really what we're doing is helping us all to deepen our practice and go into these places where ultimately just there's something just fascinating that happens in healing, and we go into this unknown that can be quite beautiful once we start feeling these other realms, or this place. In this particular meditation, time space is quite a concept, something that goes beyond our logical brain, but it is really obviously helpful to understand the physics of it, the physiology, what happens inside our body, and what we need to be paying attention in our brain to get us to this place. So I'm going to start with saying that this meditation is an hour and almost 10 minutes long. It is for the purpose to move us beyond our senses. So move us beyond the 3D reality and beyond the Newtonian way of what we know, which is the particles, the matter, and become pure consciousness. And to do that, we have to take our attention off of our physical material things, our body, the places, the people around us, and time itself. So needless to say, when we meditate, we obviously know that there's going to be, a certain amount of time that we're going to be deep diving into this place that is unknown. So we can't be thinking about, what we have to do next. We got to drop into the present moment deeply. And in this present moment, once we are in this present moment, he describes is that we are present with a consciousness called the unified field. And this unified field is always present within us. So when we tune inward, we become no body, no thing, nowhere, no time. So already there's no, there's nothing really. It's an experience. So we're really removing ourselves as the physical body from the physical things, from the physical place, to become pure consciousness. And he, these terms, I'm just referring to them as he explains them, because myself as well, I am deepening my practice, and so the terms, are just okay. Like, I think it's important to familiarize ourselves with the terms, so that in the way that we learn about Dr. Joe's work, it's these our familiar names. So the unified field, he said, when we're always, the unified field is always present within us. But once we tune into that, and we're nobody, nowhere, no thing, no time, we're in the nexus of the quantum. And this place, this is a perfect place as pure consciousness, an awareness in this infinite black space where there is nothing physical, nothing material. So that part is like, so we're merging. The way I understand it is that we're merging, and please feel free to comment, to add to the conversation. This is meant to be conversational, and I don't pretend to have all the exact way. I've been in this place. I have, and I go there, and every time that we practice together, it becomes even more powerful or easier to drop into this place, this stillness. But trying to get there, for is an interesting thing to unwrap, to like dissect. So we're in the nexus of the quantum when we become so present that we are, there's a presence within us, a consciousness called the unified field. And in this place, we are in the nexus of the quantum. And this is the perfect place as pure consciousness, unawareness, in this infinite black space where there is nothing physical, nothing material. No bodies, no people, no things, no places, no time. This place, as an awareness, causes us to become aware of a frequency or an energy called the unified field. So this consciousness that we this awareness, there's a consciousness, and it creates this awareness in us that makes us know that there is a frequency called the unified field. And so, whatever we want to call it, because there's so many ways to call this place, but experiencing, and this is one thing that that I think is really important to know, that this is something that we experience. Being in this place, feeling it, is something that we cannot see, we cannot taste, we cannot hear, we cannot smell. It is something that exists beyond our senses and can only be experienced as an awareness. So we become aware, we become extremely aware. And being in this space of awareness, we begin to unfold deeper into this unified field. And in this blackness, we become more, as we become more aware of it, we feel it, we're experiencing it, we pay attention to it, we become more of it, moment after moment after moment after moment. And I think this part is where, we're sitting in meditation, and this moment after moment is just reconnecting, just becoming aware, more expanded into this space, this blackness, we're pure consciousness. So I'm going to refer back to my notes so I don't lose my train of thought and get focused here. We're tuning into frequency or energy, and all frequency and energy carries information. So now our brain, heart, and nervous system become an antenna. The longer we can experience and stay present with it, the more we will experience degrees of wholeness and of oneness. And that should be reflected biologically. So once we are in this place beyond the three-dimensional reality, as we begin to unfold into the unified field, we should experience greater and greater and greater degrees of connectedness, of wholeness, of oneness. And I just want to check if there's any comments or anything that you want to add. And this is so profound. I mean, I think that every spiritual tradition points to this, but in this practice, in these processes through Dr. Joe, where there's a lot of the science behind it, and a lot of the what we have to do physically in the body to get us to this state. But what I'm uncovering here in looking at this explanation and tying it in, and I think it's a beautiful thing when we can really like tie in like the intellectual, like, oh, okay, we're studying this, right? Like, oh, how are we going to do this? We're going to study it. But then we have probably already been in these states, but then we tie those two things together. And I think what is happening for me, at least, is this realization of how profound this is, and how so much of our, of our spiritual traditions, or us being humans seeking for more, seeking for like this, answers of in our quest, in our journeys for connection. This is profound. To feel more whole, to feel oneness. It's just so I think so profound, and it's again something that is to be experienced. And so that's why I'm really excited about this Wednesday when we get to practice it, because we're all going in there together. So, okay, so back to the notes. We should experience greater degrees of oneness. Then we should become the consciousness of everybody, of everyone, of everything, of everywhere, of every time. This is the unified field. And as we connect more to the unified field and we move closer to it, we experience it, we feel less separate. There's less separation. Less separation, more wholeness, and more oneness. And all of a sudden, we start feeling like everything we want in our life has already happened. In other words, we feel so whole that we no longer want. I feel like I have to be silent for a moment just to let that land. Maybe I'll just read it again. And all of a sudden, we start feeling like everything we want in our life has already happened. In other words, we feel so whole, we no longer want. We feel like we already have it. So the act of losing ourselves in nothing, we become everything. So in the act of losing ourselves in nothing, we become everything. To unfold deeper into this infinite black space, the realm of thought, that once we begin to think, we are deep in the sorry, let me read that again. The realm of thought, that once we begin to think, we are deeper in it. Then we are deeper in it. So I guess it is the realm of thought, and the more we think about it, the more we are in it. And all we need to do is become more aware that we are actually deep in it. And we look for, tune into, sense, notice, connect, and that is we're connected to a deeper mind. So I believe this part is where we're like merging with it, becoming one with it. The deeper we think like that we are in it, we look for it, we tune into it, we sense it, we notice it, we connect. And I really like these words, because if it's something that we cannot be sensing with our physical senses, we can't smell it, we can't see it, we can't taste it, we can't feel it, we can only, what do? We're actually tuning into it, we're noticing it, we're connecting with it, we're looking for it. And then we merge with a deeper mind. And we stay present with it and go deeper into the void. The act of doing this over and over again, this is a really, really great part. That the more we do it, the more we're like, just kind of, I can imagine myself, like ourselves swimming in it, like just being in it, like basking in it. And redirecting the thoughts into that present, into being deeper in it, being one with it, feeling that wholeness, that oneness, then that carves a path neurologically, and it carves a path between our conscious mind and our unconscious mind. And I think this is so important, so profound, because if we've never done this before, then this practice of doing it over and over again, carving that neurological path, then obviously, like everything that we practice, what's going to happen? It's going to become easier for us. So, and lastly, he says, as we move to the realm of space-time and time-space is with that practice, is with that neurological pathway between the conscious mind and the unconscious mind. And in the realm of time-space, and all possibilities exist. In this realm is where all possibilities exists. There's no past, no future. It's the eternal present moment. And that's all for the explanation. that's basically the all that is included in this explanation before we jump into actually practicing it. And we get to do that on Wednesday at 4 a.m. here, Pacific Standard Time. If you haven't signed up for it, you can go to the events here at the Coherence Meditation Gym. If you're live, then just go make sure you get the Zoom link, because that way you'll get the reminder and then log in. And what we do is we show up everyone a few minutes before. We set the intention to do this together. We go into the field together. It's extremely powerful to do it in group. I haven't heard anybody that says that it's like easier to do it on yourself, by yourself, but there is like this beautiful energy. And when it also personally helps me focus, anytime I start deviating out, I know I'm coming back to the present moment, but I'm also coming back to being in the field with these people with me. And then at the end, we are welcome to stay and share anything that we feel inspired to. It's super enriching to check in afterwards and just learn from one another. From, again, it's vocabulary that might be hard to put into words, all the feelings and even the questions, but it doesn't matter. There's no judgment. We're learning, expanding together. It doesn't matter if you've ever been to, how advanced you are in your practice. We are all experiencing this together, and it is so enriching to hear from each one of our perspectives and our take on things and our questions. And lastly, if you would like to learn how to get into coherence, which is something that I have noticed, and that getting into the coherent state is a foundation of this work. And as you know, or may not know, I have been with the HeartMath Institute since 2016. So in May, I've mentioned this before, I'm starting the 8-week training on coherence mastery. So please send me a message if you'd like to receive more information on that. It is only going to be available for a group of 10 people because we walk together for 8 weeks. And there are 2 groups. One is bilingual in Spanish and one is in English only. And something that I've personally just realized that not having that foundation could make it challenging to actually get into a place where you can experience the deeper connection. Getting coherent, it really can be foreign to a lot of people, even though you have been meditating for a long time. And it's something that I discover with my clients where I'm like, there's this missing piece. It can be just this little, but creating those neurological pathways and creating your nervous system, training the nervous system to get into the coherent state, it's a whole nother training. So I'm excited to offer that here at the Coherence Meditation Gym. And if you're watching this as a recording, it's obviously available for everybody out there. So yeah, just send me a message and I'll send you the link to those details. All right, everyone, have a beautiful rest of your day, morning, wherever you are in the world. And I look forward to seeing you on Wednesday to practice this meditation, time, space, and space-time. Till then, bye for now. Oh, by the way, remember to always come back to your heart. I've got to remember to say that now in every recording. Remember to always come back to your heart.